So, Nick, what have you been playing?
I've also been playing a very short game, which I finished in a couple of days, which was our SNES classic, the first one I finished, Super Mario Kart. I actually posted a little bit about this on the forum. I have already spoken a little bit about this, but I wanted to say a few more things. I don't know many people, apart from Greg, who are huge fans of Mario Kart 64.
I loved it in the day, but...
Did you really?
When it came out, yes. I loved it a lot, but going back to it is difficult.
It's hard to go back to, isn't it? Yeah. I don't know, I was lucky in the fact that I got Mario Kart 64 and Diddy Kong Racing on the same day. I think I got Mario Kart and my brother got Diddy Kong Racing for Christmas.
Yeah.
And we never really played Mario Kart because it was just rubbish compared to Diddy Kong Racing. That's my personal opinion. I hated the handling. I hated how long and boring the tracks were. That you were just driving and it felt slower. It didn't feel like it had the action. Just a massive departure from Super Mario Kart, basically, which is why I didn't like it.
That was partly due to being a PAL version as well, where they had to put it in 50 hertz, which slowed the game down. If you played it, I didn't play it, unfortunately, on the US version or the Japanese version, it would have been a much better experience.
Yeah. I just never got on with Mario Kart 64. And when Super Circuit came out, I was so happy that it was going back to that style. And yeah, Super Mario Kart, I got a gold trophy in every cup, on every CC. 50 and 100 was laughably easy. I set myself a challenge on 50cc to try and lap everybody. And on a couple of the tracks I managed to do it. 100cc, it was much harder to do that. I didn't lap everybody in any races, but I lapped a few people. But 150cc, my God, I don't remember it being this difficult.
I mean, cheating AI, unbelievable in it.
The AI, I mean, I remember the AI being bad and absolutely cheating, but the fact that because I always play as Koopa Troopa, I always have, because I don't really understand the handling of the heavier characters. It's just something from childhood that I've never been able to grow out of. I love the way, for example, on the Ghost House levels, that Koopa Troopa doesn't slide at all.
Yeah.
So I always used him. And the problem with that is Luigi is always second when you play as Koopa Troopa. And he has that star that he can just switch on. And it is a pain trying to avoid him when he's constantly got the star.
And he's constantly behind you.
Constantly behind you, constantly in front or around you. And if he hits you and you're in the racing line, then DK or Bowser's coming eventually and they just smash you off the track. And if you're on a track with no sides, then you go from first to eighth in about 10 seconds. And it is frustrating, to say the least. But Mushroom Cup was no problem. Star Cup I actually did first time, but it was Flower Cup that I had some problems with.
Which tracks are in the Flower Cup?
What's that? That's I can't even remember now. It's chocolate, whatever it is. It's the first one.
The mud bath.
That one's fine. I don't mind that one.
As a kid, I hated that track. Even as Koopa Troopa, you were sliding and
it's a slight slippery one.
You get, I hated it.
Yeah, I don't know. There's a Mario Circuit at the end. There's a Ghost House, and there's a Bowser's Castle, obviously. And I think not Vanilla Lake, Star Cup. There's another one in the middle, and it just took me a couple of times. Donut Plains, maybe. Yeah, it was Donut Plains. The second one that was my undoing me, that track. But I did it eventually, and Star Cup was the hardest because that's the third Donut Plains level with the bridge and the water, which is in Mario Kart 8. And even getting through that without losing all my lives was really difficult. But I remember that happening on the SNES. I couldn't do it. But eventually I think I got down to Rainbow Road and we were level on points and we both went off on the last lap.
Luigi.
So, me and Luigi went off. We were level on points. I finished third and he finished fourth. I overtook him on the line. So it was nice. It was good. It was good to get back into it again and it's a really hard but a really fun Mario Kart. And I remembered some of the stuff that we used to do when we were kids. And because of the way the AI runs, which you were saying earlier, every time you hit a computer opponent, they eventually get back into their position within a lap. Usually. So what we used to do when we were kids was we would try to win the championship by the most points. So basically, like if it's Luigi as you if you're Koopa Trooper as Luigi, you would like try to hit him on the final lap, relegate him down a few positions, have someone else finish second, third, and then just keep doing that and see if you could win the championship by like 20 points. But the hardest thing, and I promise you, anybody who's played this game, this is one of the hardest things you will ever do, is to try and do a full 5 GP, a cup on Mario Kart, where everybody scores at least 1 point. I guarantee you it's impossible.
Yeah, I bet it is. There's always one character who's the weakest to your character. And
the strongest.
Yeah.
And if you hit them, they always get back into position eventually.
Yeah.
There is one track, I'm not going to spoil it, where it is possible to really destroy the race. Me and my brothers took ages to figure this out, but we did it. And you can make it so that everybody scores a point in the championship, but it's hard as nails. And you have to get the items from the question blocks exactly right, or it doesn't work. So it's fun though, it's fun trying. So that's what we used to do back in the day when we didn't have the internet. We used to make our own rules up. And it was fun. So yeah, the SNES, I've been enjoying it a lot. And I'm going to move on probably to something else. I've started Super Mario World. I'm up to Vanilla Dome, so that might be the next one that I finish. I'm having a bit of a retro mood at the minute. I think Xenoblade Chronicles 2 is going to have to wait a bit longer.
It's getting sidelined for Mario Kart. Yeah. And we were talking about this before we started the podcast as well, and it's that you actually finished Super Mario Kart with no rewind feature.
Yeah, that's true, actually. Yeah, I did say, and I think I'm going to do this with all the SNES games. I'm not going to use save states where it's absolutely, like, if it's not that important. Like Mario World, for example, after every castle or ghost house you can save, but it doesn't matter. You just use a save state. Yeah,
use a save state instead.
But for Mario Kart, I didn't rewind and I didn't use save states, and I'm going to try and do that. I'm with Punch Out as well. I'll probably do that. Try and beat it like correctly, not in the modern way.
I don't think I could have the patience for that these days.
But Mega Man is definitely one I would use.
Yes, we were talking about as well. I just finished Mega Man yesterday, and which is on the Mega Man Legacy Collection. And yes, the liberal employ of the L button, which then rewinds everything many, many times. Some of the not the bosses. Once you know the correct order to beat the bosses in, because you beat a boss and then you obtain their weapon for use, and then that weapon will be powerful against another boss. So as long as you know the correct order, you can take the bosses down pretty easy. And even Dr. Wily at the end, as long as you got the correct powers and everything, isn't such a challenge. It's getting to the boss. There's some insidious little characters like this. He's about 3 times larger than Mega Man, and he's jumping across the screen. And every now and again, he'll do a big jump, but you can't kill him in time until he gets to the end. He hits you. He knocks off 1/3 of your energy. And later on in the game, he knocks off 1/2 of your energy. You don't know when he's going to do the big jump. And even when you use the rewind feature, the big jump happens at a different time, so you can duck under him. It's crazy. What a game.
Yeah.
So I finished that with using the rewind feature a lot.
By the way, I started playing I got the Legacy Collection as well. And in Mega Man 2, I beat 2 levels for the first time in my life. No rewind. No rewind. I did Bubble Man stage.
Yeah.
Without even dying.
Wow.
Which I've never done before. I always lose 3 lives on every level of Mega Man 2. I'm terrible at Mega Man, but for some reason the other day I did Bubble Man stage and I think Woodman stage without being game over, at least for both of them. So and now I've got it saved state. I've used it, and I'm going to try and finish Mega Man 2 without rewinds.
Excellent.
We'll see.
I'm not going to commit myself to that. I'll play Mega Man 2 and I'll use the rewind as much as I can.
Thanks for watching, and don't forget to hit the subscribe button and give us a like if you've enjoyed our content. You can also check out our other great content on Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, and the N-E Café podcast from all good podcast providers. Just follow the links in the description below.